everybody, it's Halley O'Brien and welcome to Sunday Waffles. I'm back in Boulder, Colorado after 2 weeks of driving across the country where I experienced a bunch of ridiculous, delicious, and awesome things.
Okay. I would sit here all day if I could.
Successful road trip overall. So let's talk about the Big Easy. Let's talk about New Orleans. Tons of character and history everywhere. Actually, thinking back, it's kind of like one giant Instagram. I couldn't keep up. I was like, oh no, a fixie bike attached to a very colorful, beautiful piece of architecture and no filter. I walked around Bourbon Street, you know, the famous street, and it reminded me of a slightly more humid version of the Jersey Shore. Wholesome family fun. I tried oysters for the first time, and no, it wasn't the scary, gooey, gross looking kind. Mine were baked, and they had a bunch of accessories baked on top of it, so they were far less intimidating. I had an alcoholic beverage at my namesake bar, Pat O'Brien's, and when I wasn't quite done with it yet, but wanted to leave, they offered me a to-go cup. How you doing? They were judging me. Oh hey, rest of America, up your game. When we weren't admiring the plethora of oyster bars and strip clubs on Bourbon Street, we were all alligators all the time. Oh yes. We went on an alligator tour through the bayou where I tempted fate against ferocious, demonic, relatively docile alligators. Have you ever seen the show Swamp People? It's my new favorite show, by the way. You should definitely check it out. For about 2 hours, I was a swamp person. Though my version of shooting them didn't involve a shotgun, but instead an arsenal of cameras. We have to visit the whole creole thing for a second. It's not just a style of cooking.
But it's too cold. Now you see, we don't even come back in there. We're looking for places where it's open.
That is a real accent. I thought that the people on Swamp People were just putting it on for the camera. Then we went to Jacquemo's for some of the most delicious Cajun food I had on the entire trip. Most notable, alligator cheesecake. This thing had a blend of shrimp and alligator sausage mixed into like this rich, delicious, cheesy... It's like a creole quiche sent from the reptile heavens down to us undeserving mortals on Earth. Stop. Be sure to find Sunday Waffles on Facebook at facebook.com/SundayWaffles because, quite frankly, I've seen way too many people go out of their way to like Brussels sprouts. Are you serious? People, we all know waffles are way better than Brussels sprouts. I'll see you next week, my little sugar-coated munchkin faces. I couldn't help but see tons of fixie bikes, and each one I was like, oh no, and shut up. Plethora of strip clubs and oyster bars on Bourbon Street. I couldn't say that. Plethora of oyster bars and bourbon... Nope. When we weren't admiring the plethora of oyster bars and strip clubs on Bourbon Street, we were all out of... blend of ridiculously rich, delicious...